Hello, everyone. So, this is the Typhoid group, and our presentation will be a workshop on the typhoid prevention in children and teens in rural communities.
So, for an introduction about typhoid fever, it is an infectious disease that's caused by consuming urine or fecal matter that contains the Salmonella bacteria. It's a very dangerous disease, and it can cause fatigue, stepladder fever, which is fever that keeps getting worse, um, abdominal pain, and even worse symptoms. Uh, so the purpose of this presentation is to educate and demonstrate 25 people, the parents of the children, to prevent the typhoid, so they're able to protect their children better from this disease. So according to the World Health Organization, typhoid fever infects 21.6 million people each year and kills 216,000 to 600,000 each year. Vaccines are given in the first 2 years of life, which reduce the severity, but obviously it doesn't prevent symptoms. So the best way is to just follow certain procedures to prevent it in people.
Our team consists of Akash, Chelsea, Dia, Krishiv, Rachel, myself, and Varshita.
So this is how to prevent typhoid. So general prevention methods are boiling water, cooking and cleaning fruits and vegetables properly, and getting yourself vaccinated. However, the best prevention is washing your hands and following good sanitation.
Our community workshop aims to teach the participants about the spread of germs and also how to conduct proper hand washing through an activity using flour and paint. The participants will be shown how prevention is more cost-effective than treatment through a game. Our target audience is parents of rural children from ages 5 to 19, which is the age range that is most susceptible to typhoid. The goals of our workshop is to learn how typhoid spreads and how to effectively prevent it. It's also for the participants to learn how prevention is more cost-effective than treatment.
We got some statistics on hand hygiene from UNICEF and WashNorm, which did research in Nigeria. So access to basic hygiene services vastly differs from rural to urban areas. In rural, it's only 13%, while in urban, it's 25%, which is why we chose to do our workshop in rural communities. So only 8% of Nigerian people know how to properly wash their hands, so that is why we are teaching them how to properly wash their hands in this workshop. And we also found out that the average cost for hand hygiene per person is 10,000 naira.
So we made a prevention brochure including how to wash your hands with pictures and steps and other ways to prevent typhoid, such as boiling your water, cooking food, and getting vaccinated. This brochure will be passed out to participants after the workshop so that they can bring it home and know the steps to properly wash their hands and how to prevent typhoid in other ways. We also included that preventing typhoid before it gets severe is a way to save lives so that participants know why prevention is important. Our brochure can also be placed in clinics for sustainability.
So for our first exercise, we wanted to teach the audience about how germs are spread and the importance of washing your hands. As said earlier, it is the most vital way to prevent typhoid. So the activity is split into two sections. The first part is showing how disease is spread with flour on your hands, and the second is learning proper hand washing techniques with washable paint. As like I said, it's very important to correctly wash your hands to prevent typhoid.
So the second exercise is to show why prevention is more cost effective than actually treating typhoid. So it's going to be a game where the audience is split into two groups, and one group is going to prevent typhoid while the other group treats them. They're going to get tokens that represent money, and the prevention group will go through costs associated with prevention like soap and water, and the treatment group will pay the money that is required for treatment. And so they will see that the prevention group will be left with more money and therefore is more cost effective.
This is our itemized budget for our workshop. We used our allotted $500 towards these items so that our participants could get a thorough understanding of why prevention is necessary, how to prevent typhoid, and how typhoid spreads. By this knowledge, they will be able to bring this knowledge home to their families and be able to prevent cases of typhoid.
So this comes to our prevention plan, and so for our innovative solution for typhoid, our group chose to create a recipe that the audience can use as a disinfectant solution. The disinfectant solution would include 3 simple ingredients, one being completely optional. It includes boiled water, vinegar, and an option of scented oils or lemons just in case they wanted to make it smell better. Not only are these ingredients generally affordable and accessible, but the ingredients, specifically the vinegar, is known to kill microorganisms such as bacteria and viruses, which is vital to preventing disease such as typhoid. We also chose the solution because the disinfectant will allow for sanitation, which is a vital part of maintaining health and avoiding the contraction of many diseases such as typhoid, and also allows for a cheap and affordable solution. So specifically, typhoid fever is contracted fecal-orally, meaning that when you touch any germs or unsanitized surfaces and put your dirty hands in your mouth, you increase your chances of contracting typhoid. The disinfectant spray should be used to sanitize anywhere that is frequently used, like sinks, tables, or chairs or doors, and cleaning these common areas paired with frequent hand washing and other preventative measures will allow for the lower chances of getting typhoid.
Here's our itemized budget. It is our way of making sure families are able to have easy access to materials while promising the spread of Salmonella typhi is mitigated as we use resources from UNICEF to research what products, local plants, and materials Nigerians can find at home. This includes water, preferably boiled, to promise the elimination of harmful bacteria, vinegar, lemon, which can be optional, and cloth. The cloth can be bought or found at home. Families will be able to place the cloth in hot water beforehand to use and eliminate the bacteria. We mentioned vinegar and lemon as cheaper alternatives to soap, as vinegar is a disinfectant that can destroy E. coli, salmonella, certain bacteria, and viruses. It is an EPA registered disinfectant and can prevent the spread of typhoid in households and communities alike. Additionally, lemon juice and vinegar can also help with washing, rinsing, or brining meat, as meat is often another source for typhoid. We aim to create options where families who may not have soap can still prevent the spread of bacteria at home. Our team did research regarding Nigerian worker salaries, as the minimum wage is about $38.99 USD dollars per month, and that estimates to around 1.3 USD per day. The total of the materials together to create the disinfectant is about $9.75. While the cost to make the disinfectant solution can be expensive to Nigerian households, the solution or spray can be used over a wide period of time and promise the mitigation of typhoid spread. As we mentioned before, is vital to maintaining sanitation in the household and making sure that families are able to retrieve materials locally and in a cost-effective manner allows them to not diminish their care and lines of prevention for typhoid.
And these are our resources that we use throughout the presentation, as well as Dr. Ibrahim's lectures.
Thank you.
Sure, Mark. Guys, congratulations. This is a wonderful presentation. I really love how you break down every single part of your presentation and explain clearly, not just to explain, but creating like an image, something visible that the locals can really understand is one of the best way to communicate with the locals sometimes, to show them exactly how it works. And they're coming up with just like the simple remedies for, water treatment. It's actually one of the amazing things, because when you said, oh, you have to use like the vinegar and all this stuff, I was kind of like, oh, this thing is at their disposal. They can really get it. So it's really amazing that you guys were able to put your time to come up with these ideas and to research further to come up with, new system and something that people can afford to do, because it's like you're creating sustainability for the solution, because it always make it easier when people know that they are going to make use of local resources to purify their water, and this is actually healthy for them. It's always the best, because I know here they can't afford like the bottled water because it's pretty much expensive. So, but teaching them how to purify their water is the best option. So, um, this you guys have said a lot more. I'm pretty much sure Dr. Ibrahim and I will also add more comment to that, but I just really take that portion because it really interests me. And I just have to give it to you guys that you have really done a good job, and congratulations.
Thank you.
Al wants me to go second this time around. So, as usual, I would like to say congratulations. You've done a wonderful job. You really showed commitment, and you really showed that you have the people at heart, which goes a long way into telling, the way you see things, and it says so much about you. Okay. So beautiful presentation, but guys, it is not the typhoid group. It sounds somehow, please. It's the typhoid prevention group, okay? So the typhoid group is just sounding like, okay, you guys answer the typhoid. It's the typhoid prevention group, okay? So when you said typhoid group, it sounded somehow like it's something wrong with okay. Well, it's a wonderful presentation. I love your slides. Your slides are pictorial. Anybody sees your slides, you want to read what is in there. All right. So it showed a lot of things, and it portrayed a lot of information, and they look very beautiful and attractive. Okay, so even if an individual wouldn't be interested in, listening to whatever you have, he or she seeing the slides will go a long way in picking up his interest. Okay. Then the hand washing there, the flyers, it affords the participants the opportunity to still go home and teach others using the flyers. Okay, so you're sending a message and people are spreading it. So that's also very beautiful, very thoughtful of you. All right, then the prevention group and the treatment group. Okay, they say something about experience being the best teacher. Okay, so I'm quite sure if I see that I'm not going home with a lot of dollars, I know the reason why I'm not going home with money. Okay, so it's more like an experience for the participants, and they know that they know that the prevention works more than curing typhoid fever. And lastly, your resources, your references are beautiful. I love the fact that you made a reference to me giving you the lectures, so it goes a long way into telling the present, showing in the presentation that Dr. Ibrahim has also tried to teach you guys. So I'm happy with that. Okay. All right. And I saw that you also referenced some Nigerian journals, Kinyemi and the rest, also beautiful. Goes a long way, into making your presentation a whole. So beautiful presentation. You guys have done wonderful, wonderful. So congratulations, guys. You should hold your heads up high and think highly of yourself. Okay. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks.
So, hey, right. Not to sound like a repetition, I would say taking Omar's and Dr. Ibrahim's comments put together, I want to top up something there. While you guys were presenting this workshop, I just coined a name for your workshop presentation. What's the name of it there? I call it simple. That is simply how and prevention. Simply put, this is what I call your presentation. And the reason why I say that is your methodology of how you use, simple processes to,
to explain how to, take some preventive measures, how you simplify the activity, make it learning by doing, the steps you put there, like Dr. Ibrahim said, in a pictorial form of all the steps one need to follow to actually properly wash his hand. That is commendable. And considering one thing again, it may look like just like undertone, but to me, it speaks volume. You even went as far as trying to consider the minimum wage of your participant and then put that into your calculation and see how the affordability of your preventive method that you come up with, talking about the minimum wage of an average Nigerian, this is the amount, and you consider that in putting this workshop together, it speaks about your compassion for the people that you are working for. You're not just doing it just for doing sake, but there's compassion in it. This is what it speaks to me. So to me, that speaks volume. So I want to say thank you so much for putting not only your effort into making this possible, but your passion into the whole thing, trying to see that you change life. Like our slogan here, Leadership Initiative, changing life, one life at a time. But this time around, you're changing multiple lives at a time. So congratulations for achieving such a great thing. And once again, thank you, all right?
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, Jessica, you can stop the recording.